Hi, everyone, and welcome back into Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. If you are joining us for our second half of men's and women's basketball doubleheader here in the Western State Conference, we thank you. If you're just joining us for this one, we thank you just the same as we get ready for West Los Angeles and College of the Canyons here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. I'm Matt Robinson, glad to have you along with us. As always, well, COC 10-8 on the year, trying to pick things back up and find back-to-back wins for one of the rare times this year. College of the Canyons has been rather up and down this year. They've not had winning streak or losing streak longer than 2 games. And we talked about their most notable victory a lot, that 77-71 win over the #2 team in the state, Palomar, just before the New Year break. And so far in Western State Conference play, find themselves at 4-1. Tied for 3rd in the WSC South behind Glendale and Citrus, who are right now tied at the top. Taking on a West LA team who comes in at 2-2 in the WSC South, 12-6 overall in the year for Twan Heron's squad, as they continue to play good basketball this season and try and find themselves into the rankings, just outside the rankings, just as COC is, and looking for what would be 3 wins in a row as they beat Bakersfield and Santa Monica in their last 2. As it'll be Vanessa Zavala and Casey Scott to tip it off. It goes out off of COC, and it'll be West LA basketball as we get to work here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. Garcia, Casey Scott, Alaya Young, Alana Young, and Cheyenne Whitfield on the floor for West LA. Alexis Relas, Maya Garcia, Jade Sims, Vanessa Zavala, and Hannah Tolentino on the floor for COC. Young little stop-up jumper over the top of Sims, no good. Canyons wants to get out and run. As Garcia, who's their leading scorer, stops it up, finds Sims. Tried to get it to Zavala for a rhythm three, but she lost it. She'll instead get it over to Garcia for a three that's short. And back the other way comes West LA. Canyon's going to shoot a lot of threes. We saw it the other night against Antelope Valley in a game the Cougars won 68-67. It was a tight one. Zavala was red hot in that game from three. She gets a takeaway right here. Tolentino with a 15-footer that's too strong. Relas couldn't pull down the rebound, and back the other way comes West LA. So sent for COC. Zavala was hot the other day. Back-to-back games with double-doubles for her. She had 23 and 10 against Antelope Valley last Saturday. Started off hot from three. Canyons gets another takeaway. Relas dribbling out of some trouble, finds Zavala on the near wing, and now the Cougars will set into a half-court offense. Zavala for two and deep, no good. It was a 22-foot two as she had her toe on the line, but missed it short. Neither team with a bucket so far. For West LA, they would like to get it to Alaya Young. She's their leading scorer this year, averaging 18.6. El Garcia knocks one down, and West LA has the first bucket of the ball game. As we said, Alaya Young, 18.6 per game, shoots 40% from the field, has a 116 field goals made this year, which is 36th in the state. She's got 83 foul shots, is 11th most in the state. As an offensive foul against Casey Scott, they give Canyons the ball. Sims thought about a three. Now we'll kick back Relas. Over to Tolentino, 6 to shoot. Canyons needs to work for an open shot. Relas just throws up a wild one that falls into the lap of Alaya Young. She'll dribble it right ahead, running right towards the basket, draws contact from Relas, and will get herself to the line. Mia Robinson checking into the game for the first time today. Young, 74% from the line this year. As we talked about, pretty good foul shooter, makes one of two, so a 3-point lead. Is trying to get ahead on the offensive side. Robinson gonna put up a three, no good. Cougars shoot a lot of threes. We've talked about that. 24 three-point attempts per game. They make nearly 7. As a three on the other side from Whitfield is an air ball. It's 18th and 20th respectively for COC in those two spots. They shoot just 28.9% from three on the season, which is just inside the top 30. But that's been their bread and butter. Here's Tolentino. Now to Sims, she'll put up a wing three, no good. Cougars off to a slow start, 0 for 6 from the floor. On the other side, Garcia had a chance, no. Whitfield, the offensive rebound, able to rattle it home, and it's a 5-0 lead. Cheyenne Whitfield averages 15.8. Her and Alaya Young have been the leaders this year. Whitfield has been good on the glass as well, 29th in the state in rebounds per game as she averages a double-double this year. That's why maybe Canyons has Maya Robinson in to try and match her down low with her size and her strength. Garcia, Cougars ice cold here early on, 0 for 8 from the floor. This is not the start that John Wismath and the Cougars wanted, is West LA out to a 7-0 lead here early on. Elia Young, another bucket here. Wildcats get another stop, but they turn it over, trying to throw it ahead. As good hands from Sims. Sims now trying to create, driving to the basket, misses on a layup. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. Back the other way comes Casey Scott, dumps it off. Young, a three on the way is good. A 10-0 open for West LA. John Wismath looked like he might call a timeout as the Cougars 0 for 10 from the floor. And a terrible start for College of the Canyons. Here's Sims, a three, make it 0 for 11. Scott with good inside position. West LA pushing. Scott finds Young, but an offensive foul called against Scott as she ran over Maya Garcia. And John Wismath now going to call a 30-second timeout, as Wesleyan Hitchens was up at the table. So we'll take a break as well. 4:51 to go here in the first quarter. 10-0 West LA. The Cougars 0 for 11 from the floor early on. College of the Canyons Athletics on the Cougar Sports Network is presented by Jersey Mike's. Try one of our authentic, fresh sliced and fresh grilled subs, always made to order. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. UCLA Health, delivering leading-edge patient care, research, and education. If you have a business and want to support COC Athletics, please contact the athletic department at 661-362-3491. Go Cougs! 10-0 West LA, halfway through the first quarter. Cougars have yet to make a field goal, and they are still 0-4 until Tolentino with the putback. First bucket, 13 shots for COC to start the game. But they do get themselves on the board. Maybe a start of a comeback here early on. That one out off of West LA. The Cougar defense trying to pick things up a little bit. And is trying to get things fired up. You could actually see Alana Garcia, the assistant coach for COC, in her second year. Standing up, kind of waving her hands, trying to get her side fired up. Garcia to Tolentino. Dumps underneath. Robinson off the window. Good passing from Canyons. Back-to-back buckets. Amaya Robinson has that one. And then Payant with a steal. Ahead to Elia Garcia. She'll stop up from the foul line and knocks it down. And Canyons on a 6-0 run. Antoine Heron going to call a timeout. Leah Garcia, who averages 18.6 points, 5 assists per game, has been the leader for COC, 20 points in 7 of her last 10. She's been under 20 in her last 2, but I mean, she's just been so good offensively for COC, and when she gets going, that really is what leads the charge for College of the Canyons. 23rd in points per game this year, 22nd in total points coming in with 334. Oh, by the way, she's really good at finding her teammates and creating offense, as she's 8th in the state in total assists with 94. Garcia, Sims, and Zavala among the state leaders in minutes, with Garcia leading the way with 685 this year. As it has been a short bench for COC, Garcia strips it away from behind. Got it to Sims, who wants to run it ahead. Finds Payant cutting to the basket, lays it off the window. Mariah Payant with a bucket. Payant, who just averages 2 points a game with 6 significant minutes here early on, as she's got a bucket, an 8-0 Canyons run. It's back to a 2-point game. Elia Young inside, Whitfield all alone, stops the bleeding for West LA and puts the lead back to 4. Here's Garcia, works her way to her left, stops at the foul line, takes a jumper, rattles in and out. Sims able to tip the rebound to Payan, but she couldn't save it, as Whitfield right there to gather and got it to Lila Garcia. Back ahead. Elia Young runs into Maya Robinson, and Maya Robinson draws the offensive foul. Gonna be the first foul on Young. Third foul on West LA. Wildcats showing full court pressure here off the inbound play from underneath the Canyons basket. Garcia doubled on the sidelines, throws it down the sidelines to Robinson, inside to Sims. Off the window, no, as it was contested. Payan comes up with it. She tried to go back up and had it blocked from Elia Young. Got it to Garcia, back to Payan. Payan into the painted area, up with the right hand, missed. And then unable to get the rebound away from Wesleyan Hitchens, who's into the game. Elia Young will bring it ahead and stop things up. Young, a freshman out of Linwood High School, moves to her left, dropped it for Whitfield, who gets into the air and knocks down a jumper, and just like that, a 4-0 run back the other way for West LA. Tolentino sends it Garcia, top of the key, jumper is good. Wide open look for Elia Garcia, and she knocks it down. Whitfield thought about a 3. Elia Young thinking about one as well. Instead, we'll kick it over to Eatman, who puts up a 3 that's no good. Rebound came back to Eatman, who will bring it back outside the 3-point line. Young driving baseline. Robinson there to swat it away. Sims back the other way. Drives right in on a fast break, puts it off the window. First bucket for Jade Sims. And it's a one-possession game with 1:02 to go here in the first quarter. Eatman driving. Robinson there to alter the shot as she closed the gap. Garcia back the other way off the Canyons rebound, dribbling through a pair of Wildcats, dumps it to Sims. Sims drawing contact, and actually she's going to be called for a travel. Sims not sure why she's not getting foul calls on those plays, but nonetheless we continue on. Zavala coming into the game, Tolentino checking out. 14-12, 40 seconds to go here in the first half, or first quarter. Young with the basketball, working off the screen, and an offensive foul going to be called against Wesleyan Hitchens. She got tied up with Sims, kicked her foot out, and Sims draws the offensive foul. About a 1 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock here in the first quarter. Elia Garcia with the basketball. Inside the center circle, will work a little bit to her right, guarded by Alana Young. Garcia trying to create for herself here. Works off the Robinson screen, puts up a jumper from 18 that's no good. Eatman pulled down the rebound. Eatman stops her dribble and sends it over to Alana Young. Swings it ahead to Elia Young, and the Wildcats will not get a shot off before the break. Unfortunate too, as Whitfield banked home a 3, but will after the buzzer. So 14-12, West LA lead as we go to the second quarter here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. Come back in. We get ready for second quarter action between West Los Angeles and College of the Canyons. Out of town scoreboard real quick for you while we have a second. Sierra 76-64 over Folsom Lake. Palomar and Cuyamaca actually canceled today. Desert and Victor Valley, a game that was forfeited by Desert. San Diego City put up 125 and held Southwestern to 12. And Southwestern's a tough story. They're a team that would not have had a season if not for a group of women's soccer players that actually came out. The story has actually been on the 3C2A website over the last week, and it's an interesting story. Obviously, the season not going the way they wanted, and it's unfortunate that San Diego City drops 125 on them today, as they just scored 12, as it's a 113-point win. But nonetheless, you're just excited to see young women come out and try and help out those that wanted to play basketball, the soccer players that came out, able to get a season in despite the fact that maybe not the way it's going. A three-pointer is good from Garcia after the Cougars had tied it at 14. It's a three-point West LA lead. Sims driving, no good. Young back the other way. Maya Young stops up, 12-footer, too strong. Aaliyah Garcia picks up the rebound. Finds Robinson back to Garcia, and Canyons will break the timeline. San Jacinto 84-41 over San Bernardino Valley. Garcia gets loose and gets a bucket. Aaliyah Garcia with 6 now. Canyons back within 1. Maya Young now with it. Her pass deflected by Sims. Payan dribbling ahead, had Garcia with her. Ahead of the pack, but instead dumped it off a little late, so Garcia going to go into a half-court offense. Got it to Zavala. Back to Garcia now. Garcia moving to her left. Stops the foul line. A 15-footer is good, and Canyons put their first lead of the ball game, 18-17. Leah Garcia with 8 now as their leading scorer, taking over a bit here. A freshman out of Canyon High School. One of the state leaders in minutes, state leaders in points this year. She has had to be on the floor for 38 minutes a game so far this season for Canyons to have much of their success. It's still just a 10-8 team. Ball goes out off of COC. West LA will bring in Tiara Eatman once again. Shibata, an 89-63 win over Los Positas. Foothill, a 62-47 win over Cabrillo. Foothill, another top team in the state. Canyons gets a takeaway. Sims on the breakaway will lay it off the window. Sims now with 6. As Canyons, their largest lead at 3. Napa Valley, another top team in the state, a 66-41 win over Yuba. Actually, excuse me, Napa Valley. Thinking of Laney from up that direction as well. Napa Valley actually having a tough year, but West LA did see Napa Valley actually beat them 68-49. So Payan gets a steal. She'll try and run it back the other way. Payan with 4. Canyons starting to dial up the defensive pressure. It's a 22-17 lead. Solano 51, Marion 40. Fullerton 50, Saddleback 24 in the third. Riverside leading Golden West 57-46 in the third. Orange Coast 62, Santa Ana 32 in the third quarter as well. Taft trailing Sequoias by 2 with a minute 32 to go in the third quarter. In WSC South action, still in the first quarter, Glendale leading Citrus 12-5. That's a battle of 2 top 25 teams, and the top teams in the WSC South right now, both 4-0. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Canyons nearly gets another takeaway as Payan got a hand on it. Whitfield was able to collect. Now Whitfield with 2 on the shot clock, picks up a jumper from the foul line, no good. Zavala the rebound, and the Cougars will go back the other way. Moore Park 21, Oxnard 2, LA Valley 25, Santa Monica 4. And then the final WSC South game, Antelope Valley leading Bakersfield 8-4 in the first. Here's Payan on the baseline. Tried to send it out to Zavala, but it was kicked out by Casey Scott. stay with COC here. Three-pointer, no good. Zavala couldn't pull down the rebound. West LA back the other direction, but they turn it over. Robinson just stepping right in the lane to take away the pass. Canyon's back the other way. Sims draws contact, and we'll go to the line for a pair of foul shots. Sims fourth in the state in free throws, 99 for 136, 38th in free throw percentage at 72.8, which she's been so good at getting to the line this year. And it's not to say she's been bad from the field, 92 of 228, 40% from the floor this year, which somehow is not inside the top 50. 40% is a ridiculous number. She misses the first. Sims, 297 points coming into today. She's 50th in blocks with 20. And remember, Sims just 5'5", so the fact that she's got 20 blocks on the season at 5'5" as a guard shows how strong she can be down low against other guards, and even matching up against some of the bigger players on the opposition side. We saw it the other day against Antelope Valley, had a couple of blocks playing against a couple of their bigs. Garcia knocks down a jumper, stops the COC run. Makes it 23-19 as Garcia dribbles into the painted area, gets it to Sims. She'll put it on the floor, wanted to dump it back inside to Amaya Robinson, but it's out off of COC. West LA basketball, 5:40 to go here in the first half. Scott dumped it off. Jumper from Lana Young, is good. It's back to a 2-point game. So West LA had a little 4-0 run. Canyon's a little lackadaisical on the defensive side of the last two chances. Sims tries to throw up a three. Zavala pulls down the rebound. Payan double teamed, lost the ball, went through a couple of West LA legs. And now a tie-up on the floor. West LA has the arrow, so they'll keep the basketball. And Elia Young will check back in. Tolentino and Relas checking in as well for COC as Amaya Robinson and Vanessa Zavala coming off the floor. Actually, Amaya Robinson going to stay on the floor as Zavala and Payan coming off. 2-point Canyon's advantage, 23-21, 5:11 to go here in the first. Wildcats work for an open shot for Casey Scott. She couldn't knock it down. Alea Garcia back the other way. Patiently finds a little space and hits a little falling jumper as she fell to her right. Garcia with 10 now in the ball game, the only scorer in double figures for either side. Alea Young now with it. Tries to take Relas off the dribbles. She's fouled and she'll go to the line. Second foul on Relas. Yeah, Young misses the first. Second is good. So 3-point Canyon's lead. There's Tolentino. Drops it for Relas. Elia Young with it. Had it tipped out of her hand, got it back. Not to Relas with 7 to shoot, back to Garcia. Now Tolentino off the window, no. Robinson the rebound and is fouled as she's whacked across the jaw and will get herself to the line. Maya Robinson, remember, she came off a knee injury, hurt herself last year, missed the remainder of the second half of the season, really. And this year missed the first portion of the season, but has started to come alive and find a presence inside, helping out COC. Had 18 points against Bakersfield, had 11 points in the win over Palomar. She's a 72% free throw shooter, but she misses the first. 39th in the state in free throw percentage on the season. Second is good, lead is 4. Payan actually went off towards the restroom dealing with something right now, as Cougars now with just 2 on the bench. As both those 2 will get up off the bench in Recalde and Zavala and get ready to check in. Garcia with the basketball for West LA, got it to Alana Young. Now to Scott up top. Whitfield wants to drive, ran into a couple of Cougars. Sims gets the takeaway. Sims will sprint ahead, driving right to the basket and lays it off the window. Sims now with 9. Canyons with a 6-point lead. Young will step into a 3 from straightaway. No, Casey Scott the only one there. Everybody from COC cleared out. Casey Scott was right there to grab the basketball and get the easiest bucket of the day for either side. Garcia drawing contact going to the line. Is Alana Young going to be called for the foul? Mariah Payan back on the bench for COC. She had some good early minutes. Robinson Sims off the floor. Garcia, a 74% foul shooter, knocks down the first. Canyons, the #1 free throw shooting team in the state in terms of percentage, knocking down 72% of their foul shots this year. Young makes both. They shoot 16.9 per game, so almost 17. They make 12. And how they gain some ground on each side. 9th most foul shots per game made with that 12.2. Oh, wow, a little circus shot from Garcia that falls. Garcia heating up with 14. Canyons lead is still 6. Young throws it, Scott threw it away. Tolentino trying to sprint it ahead. Off the window, no. Garcia got the rebound, got it back to Tolentino, who swatted away by Alaya Young. Young this year, 20 blocks coming in, give her 21 now as she's got that one there. Young pretty much the leader in all the offensive stats for West LA. 116 buckets made on 288 attempts coming in. 19 for 76 from 3. 83 for 111 from the free throw line. Doesn't lead in percentages for West LA. Alaya Garcia knocks down another 3 in rhythm with a hand in her face. What a wonderful shot that time, and the lead is 9. Alaya Young, no good. Recalde the rebound. He nearly threw it away, but Garcia able to get a hand on it. With 2 minutes left here in the first half, Garcia walking across the timeline, drops for Tolentino. She'll send it Recalde, thought about a shot, now drives into the paint, had it knocked out of her hands. And back the other way comes West LA, trying to get out in transition. Whitfield into the paint. Zavala tried to challenge her, but Whitfield able to put it in. Tran Whitfield with 8 now. Lead is 7. Garcia with Alana Young on her. Step back jumper from the foul line is good. Garcia with 19 starting to fill it up. Lead back to 9 once again. Hitchens finds Whitfield for 3. No good, rattled in and out. Garcia had it tipped away from her. It rolled to one of the Wildcats, they'll throw it ahead. Whitfield behind everybody, gets an easy lay-in. Turnover on COC as Alaya Garcia, hands on her knees, telling the Cougars to go to the other side for a moment so she can get a break. It's been the one knock on Garcia this year, 3.6 turnovers per game, but she handles the ball so much for College of the Canyons. That number's gonna be high, and that's why she handles the ball so much. She can fill it up when she gets going. She's got 21 in the first half. Lead is still 9. 18-footer, no good for Milana Young. Now Whitfield, a three that's good, cuts the lead to 6. Whitfield starting to find her rhythm. She's got 13 to lead the way for West LA and keep them within 6 here, within striking distance. 10 to go here in the first. Garcia working off the screen. Stop up 12-footer, no. Ricaldi the rebound, the putback, no good. Zavala couldn't get it off before the buzzer. So Canyons will take a 6-point lead into the break, 39-33. They'll have the basketball when we come back, second half action here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, up, dip, boom. Hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip.
I could eat.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do, and the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and zero textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training.
Rising up, bread's on the sheet. Did my time, took out my toppings. Went the distance, now my prep is complete. Just a limb and its will to thrive. It's the arm of the slicer, it's the thrill of the slice. Freshly sliced before your eyes, unlike our rivals. And then every last arriver gets a sub that excites. And it's all thanks to the well-trained arm of the slicer.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big two. Hand down. One hand. Up. Up. Flip. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable, always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now. Second half action here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar cage. COC able to take a 6-point lead into halftime after what was an abysmal start. 0 for their first 10 from the floor. I think it was actually 0 for their first 12 if I think back on it, but right now leading by 6, and we'll have the basketball to start here, moving to our right in the second half. Cougars quickly coming out and attacking the basket. Sims had it blocked, got it to Zavala. She'll put up a 3, and Zavala gets her first bucket of the ball game in 14 minutes, and it's a 3, and the lead is 9. Whitfield, a 3 on the other side is good. Whitfield, who's just a 28% three-point shooter, but she has found her stroke today. 2 for 4 from 3, 6 for 9 from the floor as Canyons turns this one over. The lead stays at 6. And actually, they say it went out off of West LA, so it'll be Canyons basketball. Both Sims and Zavala running to the same corner. Kind of had a little laugh together, and they get it over to Ruelas, who will put up a three, no good. Whitfield able to pull down the rebound. Sixth rebound of the ball game for her. She's got 16 points. Only Alea Garcia has more points than her for scorers on the floor. Whitfield in the corner, dumps it inside. Alea Young is fouled. Goes against Alea Garcia, gonna be her first. Leila Garcia knockdown jumper, lead down to 4. Ruelas step back three on the way is good. And Alexis Ruelas has her first bucket of the day. Ruelas, who's been quiet as of late, 8 straight games under 10 points, gets a 3. The lead all of a sudden back up to 7. 3 on the other side, Casey Scott. The bank is open as she puts it off the window and in. So the team's trading threes here early on. Garcia has it taken away. Leah Young running back up the floor, lays it in. And the Canyons lead down to 2 as Sims couldn't chase her down. Ruelas with it, we'll send it over to Sims on the near wing. Sims off the Ruelas screen, wanted to dump it back to her. Instead, we'll get it to Alea Garcia. Garcia triple teamed, but finds Sims off the window, no. Got it back and put it back in. As Casey Scott closed down on the first time, but didn't box out, and that lets Sims get the bucket. Sims now with 11 in the ball game. Lead back up to 4. Here's Alea Young with the basketball, guarded by Alea Garcia. Tried for a long scoop layup, got the rebound off the miss and put it in. West LA trying to slow down Alea Garcia here. Garcia creating Tolentino the easy lay-in. And that's what's so dangerous about Alea Garcia. Yeah, she filled it up, 21 points in the first half. But now that everybody keying on her, she can get the rest of her teammates involved. Here's Whitfield, little runner, no good. Ruelas the rebound the other way. Got it to Zavala. Now to Sims, cutting right down the middle, laid it off the glass and in. And Canyons, little 4-0 run as Sims puts one in. 51-45, 6:40 to go here, third quarter. Canyons had a 6-point lead at the break, 39-33. Leah Young, able to keep it in play. Got around Garcia, dumped it back to Casey Scott. Scott lost the handle. It's out off of West LA. Canyons basketball. Subs coming in for both sides. Mariah Pan and Leah Robinson coming in for COC. Tiara Eatman coming in for West LA. Wildcats trying to trap Leah Garcia here. Zavala comes back to help. Canyons able to throw it across the timeline. Robinson creating space. Got it to Sims. A deep 2, no good. Long rebound pulled down by Leah Garcia. She'll send it ahead to Eatman, who will slow it down here for West LA. Get it inside Scott. Back out to Eatman. Trying to drive. Threw it to Alea Young. Young, stop up, 10-footer, no good, too strong. Robinson the rebound, Zavala the outlet ahead to Sims. Sims running right into the paint, had it knocked out of her hands. It'll stay with COC. 16 for Whitfield, 13 for Leah Young, 21 for Leah Garcia, 13 for Sims. Those are all the players in double figures here, and what is a 6-point ball game? Zavala trying to make it 9. Didn't get the roll. Off the front of the rim, no good. Wildcats the other way. Scott stopped her dribble, got it to Whitfield. Whitfield, who thought about it, draws contact. A foul going to go against Maya Robinson. Second foul on Robinson, second foul on the Cougars here in the third quarter. Whitfield to the line. Whitfield from the line today. That's actually her first trip from the line on the season, 77% foul shooter. #21st in the state in free throw percentage. Splits them, so it'll be a 5-point lead. Lana Young checking back in. West LA trying to put some pressure on Canyons up the floor. Cougars able to break it. Garcia, a little stutter step, tried to go baseline, got it back to Sims. Sims now going to attack the basket. Off the window and good. Travel going to be called against Alana Young here. She ran into Amia Robinson, who stood her up right at the painted area, and Wesleyan Hitchens going to check in to take over for Tiara Eatman after the whistle. Robinson affecting the game down low for College of the Canyons here. Sims and Garcia doing the work offensively, both in double figures. Here's Robinson, kicks it to Sims near wing. Now back to Robinson as they play catch. Robinson off the, or Sims, excuse me, off the Robinson screen. Got it to Zavala. She drives, throws up a runner with the right hand that's no good. Scott gonna push it back the other way for West LA, driving right up to the foul line, takes a jumper that doesn't fall. Alana Young got the rebound, so an offensive board to reset for West LA. Young inside, Whitfield runs into Zavala, got it underneath Alaya Young, and she's got an easy bucket. Alaya Young now with 19. 5-point Canyons lead. Here's Sims. Sims gonna put up a three. No good. Rebound tipped over to Robinson, but she missed. And a blocking foul gonna be called against Jade Sims. Hitchens will ship it out high to Scott. Wildcats working around the perimeter. Young misses. Garcia the rebound for Canyons. Garcia kicks it back. Zavala now to Sims. Over to Garcia. She's been quiet in the second half. Puts up a three that's short. Zavala the offensive rebound. Sims going to attack the basket, but Amia Robinson going to be called for a moving screen. Third foul on Amia Robinson. She'll stay on the floor here. Hitchens comes out. 3:25 to go here in the third. 53-48, Canyons leading. Teams trading blows here early in the third quarter. Laya Young now with it. Sends it over to Scott. She'll put up a deep three and she drains it. It's a big three from Casey Scott. Shoots just 10% from three on the year, but that's a big one there. Robinson trying to attack the basket for Canyon. She'll put it off the window and in. Robinson showing some handle that time as she spun away from the attack of Scott, who then drives back the other way. Euro steps around Robinson, and we run up and down the floor. In a 2-point game, Garcia takes one defender, drives to the basket, missed on a layup. Casey Scott the rebound. Wanted a baseball pass, but instead will dribble it back up the floor calmly. Her pass deflected out of play by Zavala as she was trying to hit Lila Garcia. West LA, a very young squad. Hitchens, Eatman, and Whitfield, the only sophomores on the squad. Canyons, the same, only Tolentino and Robinson sophomores. Everybody else freshmen. So both these teams who have played pretty good, all things considered, short bench and otherwise, with some tough competition along the road, should return everybody, hopefully, and have a good chance at making a run next year as well. She looked for West LA this year. Lost to number 14, Laney. A win over number 23, Imperial Valley, and then they lost 65-35 to Glendale, who's perennially a power in the WSC South. So 1-2 against ranked opponents. And then they did have a loss to Victor Valley, who was just outside the rankings. For College of the Canyons, of course, that big win over Palomar, their only win over a ranked opponent this year, or a team that's just outside the rankings that had received votes. So they beat Palomar, they lost to Sequoias, lost to Imperial Valley, and lost to Moorpark. Actually, they beat Reedley, so 2 and 3 against teams that are in the top 25 or had received votes for the top 25. It's a 1-point game, 55-54. Canyons trying to find their offensive rhythm once again. Garcia, who's been quiet in the second, misses once again. Stuck on 21, now 9 of 19 from the floor. Here's Casey Scott. Her pass deflected, good hand by Zavala. Reyes and Tolentino up to the table. I think Payan and Robinson coming off the floor. I think Garcia and Sims' legs getting a little tired. They played 28-25. Same on the other side. Whitfield and Young 27 and 25 minutes as well. Have a timeout, 30-second timeout, so we'll take it as well. .142 to go here in the third quarter. This is an important game in the WSC South standings for both these sides. Glendale and Citrus, both 4-0 right now. And Glendale leading 45-22 over Citrus with 5:20 to go in the third. So for COC, that's an important game because COC 3-1. They only lost so far to Citrus. They lost to the L 79-72 on the road. For West LA, 2-2, trying to chase down COC and stay ahead of Antelope Valley, or at least even with Antelope Valley, who's leading 37-30 over Bakersfield. The only other game, LA Valley and Santa Monica, a 47-25 lead for LA Valley, who's 1-3, trying to catch up to both Antelope Valley and West LA if they can. Foul on COC is their fourth. West LA will go back to work. Actually, that was their fifth, so next will be shots, I believe. Whitfield gives West LA the lead, 56-55. She's got 19 now. Cougar's been stuck at 55, little struggle on the offensive side, finding their offensive rhythm. Zavala driving, lost the basketball. Turnover on COC, their 8th of the ball game. And for West LA, who led early on, they had a 10-0 lead, find the lead again here, 56-55. They actually changed it. COC basketball, so Sims will bring it in. Ruelas a 3 right off the inbound, an air ball that Sims couldn't handle. Casey Scott back the other way. Scott just sprinting ahead. Young tried to send it to Whitfield, and it's a backcourt violation on West LA. Garcia, who's been stuck at 21 points, trying to dish it to Sims. Tipped out, it'll stay with Canyons here. Garcia, who's in her 19th game of the year, 19, 20, or 10 or more point games this season. She's been in double figures every game. Push on Sims, who got the rebound, but they say it was a push in the back, so it'll be shots on the other side for West LA here. Second foul on Sims. Eatman coming in. Leah Young coming to the line to shoot foul shots with 25.1 here in a 1-point West LA lead. Young knocks down the first, so a 2-point lead. Young now with 16 in the ball game. Casey Scott has 10. Those 3 in double figures for West LA. Has them out in front now by 3 as Young makes both. They try and trap Garcia, who turns it over as they do get the trap, and then Sims fouls Scott, just trying to come back and help. Scott will go to the line for a pair of foul shots. Scott, a 65% foul shooter. Sims with 2 quick fouls now has 3. Scott misses the first. 3-point West LA lead. Remember, Canyons led by 6 at the break. West LA had a 10-0 lead at one point in the ball game. They get a 4-point West LA lead. Canyons been stuck at 55. Sims tried to send it to Ruelas, but turned it over. Young with a 3, no good. Whitfield the rebound, the putback, no. Then Zavala a block underneath against Eatman, and that'll end the third quarter. So West LA a 59-55 advantage over COC. The Cougars have not scored. Sorry, our computer is archaic up here, our stat computer, so I'm trying to get it to work and it's just fighting me. Cougars have not scored in the last 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And Amir Robinson layup at 2:58. Have missed on every shot since. For their last 3 and really have not had any good looks. A 5-0 run for West LA. She scratched out a 6-0 run for West LA. It'll be Canyons basketball out of the break. West LA dominating that third quarter, 26-16, after Canyons dominated the second, 27-19. Shot clock didn't start, so it'll start now. Garcia a 3, no. Sims the offensive board and the putback. Breaks a 2:58 drought for Canyons as they get back within a bucket. Whitfield driving, missed, got her own rebound, and will go to the line. Foul on Tolentino here. Whitfield knocks down the first. Whitfield 1 for 2 from the line before this trip. Her second to the line today. 3-point West LA lead here. Keep it at a one-possession game as she misses on the second, but Zavala had her pass stolen, got it into the hands of Garcia, but was taken away as Lila Garcia able to come and get it, but West LA couldn't capitalize. Canyons back the other way. Sims running right into the lane. Tried a wild layup that's no good. She forced it a little bit. Sims needs to be careful running back up, trying to reach for that ball. She's already got 3 fouls. West LA around the perimeter, trying to get it inside to Alea Young. Taken away. Alea Garcia had it. Got it to Sims. Has Relas with her. Bounce pass Relas back to Sims, and Sims got the bucket. 19 for Jade Sims. Canyons back within 1. A lot of Young trying to drive. Ran into Sims and Relas. It's a timeout for an injury. I think it's Casey Scott went to the bench. Five to shoot here for West LA. Whitfield drains another 3. Whitfield now with 3 triples in the ball game. Remember, Whitfield just a 28% three-point shooter, but having a solid night from downtown. It's a 4-point West LA lead. Sims gets it into Robinson. Counted in the foul for Maya Robinson. And she'll go to the line. Robinson finishes it off. So a 1-point West LA lead once again, 63-62. Both these teams just outside the top 25 have received votes in the last set of rankings. Battling here as it's very even. Sims driving, missed. Had the takeaway, tried to go the other direction quickly and couldn't finish it off. West LA, good passing. Whitfield, good vision to Eatman, who lays it in. And it's back to a 3-point lead, and then Alea Garcia lost the basketball, turned it over off the inbound play. And it'll be West LA on the offensive side once again with a 3-point lead, 7:43 to go. It's been back and forward. Both teams have had leads. West LA clinging to this one right now. Alea Young. She's been quiet since she got to 17. Hasn't really factored into the scoring here in the second half. As the same as Alea Garcia for College of the Canyons, who's been sitting at 21. She was 21 points in the first half, but is 9 of 21 from the floor. Lead will stay at 3. West LA trying to double Garcia here. She tried to force a pass. Now they get it to Robinson in the corner. Robinson to Sims. Sims wanting to drive, ran into a couple of bodies, got it to Rela, so 3 on the way, no good. Robinson couldn't do much with the rebound as it was taken away by Whitfield. Back the other way on a fast break. Relas going to be called for the foul as Lana Young will go to the line. Lonnie Young, 77% from the line, stretches the lead back up to 4. Looks like Casey Scott going to give it another go. She heads to the table. So Tolentino going to check back in. Amir Robinson had blood leaking from her left finger, or from her pinky finger on her right hand. Young makes both foul shots. Robinson will check back in. West LA has done a good job shutting down Alaya Garcia here in the second half. They've been doubling her pretty much exclusively. Canyon's forced to have Sims bring it up here. 5'5" guard working to her right. Sims still trying to find room. Now got it to Garcia. Garcia off the Sims screen will put up a 3, missed. Sims got the rebound and put it in. The pair from Canyon High School factoring in nicely. Sims now with 21 as well. Lead down to 3 for West LA. Canyons needs to pick it up on the defensive side and come away with a couple of stops as they get one here. Possession arrow with West LA. Sims and Relas tied up Whitfield, although I think Relas had the steal. And Sims not coming to try and get it as well. Whitfield smartly put her hands on the ball with the two of them. Leah Young trying to drive. Sends it back to Whitfield. Whitfield, the block going to be called against Amaya Robinson on the floor. Going to be the 4th foul on Robinson here. It's going to get Vanessa Zavala back to the table. Travel going to be called against Layla Garcia here. Zavala going to check in for Robinson. Zavala's been quiet today, just 3 points from her. Without 21 apiece from Garcia and Sims, Canyons may not be in this game. It's Garcia, who's been stuck at 21 since the first half, sends it to Tolentino, now to Sims. Sims, who's been carrying the load, got it underneath. Payan with the bucket, an easy bucket for Mariah Payan. She's got 6. It's a 1-point West LA lead once again. Whitfield, who's been hot, trying to find space, put it off the window, no. Got her own rebound, the putback didn't fall. Payan got the rebound, but Sims was knocked down by Whitfield. His 3rd foul on Cheyenne Whitfield. Cheyenne Whitfield with 23 today. Aaliyah Young with 17. Casey Scott with 11. But Scott been fighting that hip after she and Sims crashed together. Here's Sims. Payan. 15-footer, no good. Sims, the offensive rebound, but dribbled it off a foot. Unlucky for COC that time. And Scott back the other way for West LA. 5:15 to go here. 1-point game. West LA slowing it down a little bit. Whitfield from the corner for 3, no good. One goes out off of Payan. It'll stay with West LA here. Whitfield going to go to the bench for a moment. It's Wesleyan Hitchens back in. Scott. Very Young. Now Hitchens. Her pass deflected by Payan. Whitfield coming back in to take over for Hitchens once again. Wildcats will work around the perimeter, and a turnover by West LA. Whitfield trying to force it. Payan driving the other way, and she lays it in. Mariah Payan with 8 now, and Canyons back out in front by 1, 68-67. Getting good minutes out of the freshman out of Golden Valley High School. Young fouled, will go to the line. Payan called for the reach, so after a great play on a steal and a bucket the other way, she gets called for a foul and will send Leia Young, who's a very good foul shooter, to the line. Young, 4 of 6 so far today. For Mariah Payan, she's matched her season high of 8. As Young misses the first. Mariah Payan only averages 2 points a game, but a couple of steals here today. Some good minutes for her. She's played 13 minutes in the ballgame, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Canyons turns it over as Sims tries to force one down low. Payan 8.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 steals, and a turnover in the ballgame. Young will send it to Casey Scott. 68 all. 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. Lila Garcia a 3, no. Zavala, the rebound, bounced off her head, but she got it back, got it to Garcia. Leah Garcia over to Sims. Sims will spin it back up beyond the 3-point line. Straight away, Zavala a 3 that bounces in for the lead. Vanessa Zavala, who only has 6 today, is 2 of 4 from 3. Gives Canyons a 3-point lead, 71-68. Leia Young. Lila Garcia back to Young, runs into Zavala. Turnaround jumper over the top of her is good. That's a nice shot from Alea Young. So Canyons now with a 1-point lead. Sims got it to Garcia. She steps into a deep 3 that's good. Back-to-back 3s for Canyons. First bucket of the second half for Alea Garcia. Canyons back up by 3. Whitfield, another dangerous cross-court pass. Got it to Scott. Now back to Whitfield. Over the top of Tolentino for 3, no good. Sims the rebound. Outlet Garcia. Ahead Tolentino, around Scott. No. And now Whitfield gonna go off as she needs some help. Limping off, Eatman coming in. Hitchens coming in as well. There's a lot of Young coming off. John Wismeth not happy, thought that maybe there should have been a foul on the Tolentino play. Instead, we continue on in a 4-point game. 2.5 to go. Here's Eatman. Whitfield on the bench, nursing that ankle. Takes away some points from West LA, puts more emphasis on Elia Young here. Casey Scott, who's had a nice game today as well. Garcia, little runner, no. Eatman got the offensive board, counted in the foul, as Payan called for the foul. All right, Robinson coming back in. Three-point play completed, so it's a 1-point game. (74-73). Zavala dumps to Robinson. Dribbles out of trouble and throws it away. Hitchens with the steal. And a timeout called by Twan Heron here with 1:45 to go. Ill-advised pass from Canyons. It's a full timeout, so we'll take the break as well. So 1-point game, 74-73, West LA with the basketball inside of 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the ball game. Casey Scott catches out high. Garcia now with the basketball for the Wildcats. 10 to shoot for West LA. Lana Young trying to work back to the middle of the floor, looking for contact, threw up a wild shot that didn't fall. Offensive board for Eatman. She spins and sends it back to Casey Scott. They work it around. Young again, trapped in the corner, sent it to Eatman. Eatman bat up top to Scott, who is going to hand the ball to Young. Earned Scott play catch, now 7 to shoot. Eatman at the line, fouled from behind by Elia Garcia, excuse me. The second foul against Elia Garcia. It's gonna send Eatman to the line, who's a 40% foul shooter, so chance for Eatman to tie and take the lead for West LA. Just 13 of 32 on the season, so if you're Garcia, you'll take that foul. As Eatman 42% from the field, but she does tie the game as she knocks down the first. Second is no good. Amaya Robinson with the rebound, and she is fouled by Elia Garcia. Third foul on West LA. Stops the clock at 53 seconds. They still have 2 fouls to give. Tie game at 74 all. A timeout by John Wismath. Cougars want to talk things over a little bit. Cheyenne Whitfield with 23 on the bench right now, still kind of getting over whatever the ankle injury she had was. I think she ran into somebody down low, maybe stepped on a foot. Unsure if she'll come back on. Lana Young with 20, Casey Scott with 11. Whitfield with a double-double is actually her 13th double-double of the year for West LA, as she averages a double-double. For COC, Elia Garcia, 24. With 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 5 turnovers. Jane Sims, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, and 4 turnovers. And then nobody else in double figures for COC. We're tied at 74. 53 seconds to go here in the ball game. Canyons with the ball and the possession arrow, which is important here late. Cougars able to break the trap. Sims gonna dribble away from some pressure. Drops for Robinson. Robinson gonna attack the basket. Got it to Tolentino, back to Sims. Sims now gonna try and attack. Just probes, ran into a body, and then she's fouled. Fouled by Alana Young, who Sims looked to her right, then looked back to her left, and Young just ran right up on her. Sims is lucky it was a foul and not just a straight turnover. So 31 seconds to go, 20 seconds on the shot clock for COC. Three timeouts for Canyons, 2 for West LA. Zavala to Sims here. They continue to play catch. Cougars running the time down, trying to work for an open shot. Garcia driving baseline. Her pass kicked by West LA. And it'll put 20 on the shot clock, which means the shot clock is off here in a game that's tied at 74 all, 16.8. Timeout by John Wismath. That's a huge play on that pass from Garcia into the feet of West LA. Puts the shot clock off, and now Canyons can play for the win. So they have the full 16.8 to work here. See what John Wismath dials up for his squad. Twan Heron talking to his side as well. Important game in the WSC South. Canyons 3-1, trying to stay in the top 3. Glendale leading Citrus 60-50 on the road with 54 seconds left in that one. So the Cougars will even themselves with either one of those teams. Twan Heron gonna call a timeout after he sees the set from COC. He's got one left. Another full timeout. Down the rest of the WSC South. Antelope Valley 58, Bakersfield 47 with 3:24 to go. And then LA Valley a 73-51 lead on the road against Santa Monica. .74 all here. Canyons to inbound from underneath the offensive basket. It'll be Sims to bring it in. Cougars lined up just inside the paint. Zavala. Tolentino, a 3 for the lead. She got it! With 12.4 left. A timeout called by West LA, their final timeout. And now the Wildcats needing a 3 to tie the game. They've had a good shooting night from 3, 7 of 18. A huge 3 from Hannah Tolentino. Just her third bucket of the ball game. And Canyons with some late heroics again. They needed the late heroics against Antelope Valley to come out ahead. 68-67. And Hannah Tolentino was involved in that, her and Jade Sims. A takeaway late. And now West LA, trailing by 3, will move the ball up after the timeout to half court with 12.4 left, needing a 3 to tie. They do have one. No, they do not have one foul to give, as they have 4 fouls here. They get it into Casey Scott. They need a 3. 8 seconds to go. Scott pressured by Garcia. Now Alana Young, she's got to get inside the 2-point line. Canyons will let her have it. She knocks it down with 2.1. Now West LA needs to foul. Garcia fouled with maybe 0.1 left. We say, wait a second here. They're going to put time on the clock, as the foul maybe came with a half a second or less. Fouls on Layla Garcia. They're going to put .4 on the clock. It's the 5th foul on West LA, meaning Alaya Garcia can go to the line and, I mean, honestly, miss the second on purpose, and Canyons will come away with a 77-76 win, or at the very least a 77-76 win. It's going to be tough for a heave-ho to win the game. Garcia makes the first. If she makes the second, West LA would have to fire it in. They don't have any timeouts left either. That's why I think you just miss it on purpose. She makes the second. West LA, if you're Canyons, just run back the floor. Garcia gonna throw up a heave-ho that doesn't even make it the rest of the way down the floor. The Cougars will win 79-76, thanks in part to a Hannah Tolentino 3 late in the ball game. COC moves to 11-8, 4-1 in conference play. They firmly supplant themselves in second place, tied with either Citrus or Glendale after the day's conclusion. So a nice win for COC. Cougars get their 11th win of the year under head coach John Wismath. We thank you for joining us here on this one. Make sure you tune in Friday. Baseball season opener against Saddleback, a rematch from the Southern California Regional Final last year. COC and Saddleback here from Cougar Field on Friday at 1 p.m. We hope you join us for that. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll see you Friday.